Today I'm going to be showing you how I made this little polymer clay bento keychain. I already made one before, but this one is going to show you in more detail how I do it. We're starting off with the hardest part, which is making the bento box. To make the sides of the box, I'm going to flatten out a coil of clay and then cut it only on one side. Now I'm going to wrap it around the little rectangle that I made. By the way, what I'm working on is an acrylic stamping block. To turn it into a keychain, you're going to want to insert an eye pin. I bent the eye pin at a 90-degree angle so that it doesn't fall out. Now I'm using the back of my X-Acto knife to push the eye pin into the clay a little bit more. Then I'm making a little divider for the bento by cutting out a rectangle of clay and then blending it together with a needle tool. Now we can finally move on to adding all the fillings. I mixed up some green clay and now I'm going to flatten it to make the lettuce. I do this by folding each little piece. And for this bento, we're going to have 2 pieces of lettuce. Now I'm using a needle tool to add some texture to some broccoli. And then we're going to move on to the onigiri. Keep pinching it until it forms into a triangle that you like. And the seaweed is just a flattened rectangle of black clay. Then carefully put it onto your triangle. And now I'm adding on a tiny little face. To make small details, I would recommend using a harder type of clay like Fimo or Primo. Now moving on to making the little egg, I'm going to round out the edges by rolling it in between my fingers, then using a needle tool to add in the little fold lines. Then we're making the little octopus sausage, and then moving on to making the little divider. I'm making indents with a needle tool and then cutting the sides to make it look sharper, then carving in some more details with the needle tool. And now that those are all sculpted, we're just going to carefully place everything in. I was not gentle enough and the octopus came out wonky, but it's a quick fix, so it's no big deal. Now he's all done. These keychains are also up on my Shopify if you would like one.